Welcome to GF Mamas. Today we're going to talk... Oh, never mind. No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
You can say that.
Hi, welcome back to GF Mamas. My name is Anna Mae.
And my name is still Margie. And May says we have to say our names every time.
So I am. Because there could be new viewers every
We
week.
want new viewers. And we would welcome... If you're new, welcome. My name is still Margie. So we're here today. I want to talk... I told May I really wanted to talk about a couple things. Mm-hmm. The first is... the trends that we've seen, like organic, you see more and more. You know, I get a lot of industry publications, and they talk about how organic is growing, and I'm like, duh.
It is.
Like, I knew
that. Well, that's
that.
because it's needed to grow. Because people they're a lot healthier and they feel better when they eat organic, despite the cost, which is very annoying.
Yeah, and you have to be careful. Like what are some of the things, like I was thinking about that, what can we offer of value in this video, right? Because that's important to us. It's important to give video to our viewers. And here's one thing, like since you were young, do you remember some of the stuff that I used to tell you in the grocery store? Like follow the ads. Always look at the organic portion of the ads. And when something is on sale,
you buy a lot of it. So if for example, I shop in natural grocers. That's where I get most of my meat. And I will like buy a ton of frozen like beef, turkey, or like chicken, depending on the sales. Because I'm not going to buy it when it's not on sale because it's frozen. So it can sit in the freezer for quite a while.
Yeah. Okay, and here is a tip or trick, right, for shopping. So when you go into the grocery store, no matter what grocery store you buy in normally, it could be Smith's, it could be Fresh Market, it could be Whole Foods, it could be Natural Grocers, Sprouts, Publix, you know, it depends on Fresh Time, any of a whole Delhaize, Hannaford Market, I mean Metro Inc. and Canada Truth, like all these different stores. So it could be any of those places, Smith's, Albertsons, Safeways, but what you have to do is go into your regular store, find out where they put the markdowns. So every store has like a place. Like I know it was Safeway for the longest time. Smith's would put their markdown meats pretty close to their actual meat display case.
Yeah, and the natural grocer puts it all like on the bottom in the freezer section.
In the freezer section. Yep. And in between the cheese and the chilled beverages, there's also a little place where they have markdowns. And so if you're really wanting to make organic changes, make sure you shop. And do you remember when they always put this stuff there? Monday mornings. Monday mornings typically is when the markdowns go in because it's after the weekend. So the influx of people have come, and so they're going to get new stock in, and whatever's going to get marked down typically goes in those places. So if you can rearrange your schedule to shop on a Monday, you can actually get more value for your dollars.
Yeah, and they'll even have like days sometimes if you sign up with a lot of the different grocery stores, they'll send out emails when they're doing special sales.
Yes. Okay, so you can follow if they have
Sprouts
online.
has an actual like newspaper type thing that they put out.
Everybody, they have the paper ads like your big grocery stores do, but there's also, you know, different stores you can look up online, and some of them have a Facebook page. And this place that we used to like to go down in Florida, what was it called? The Amish grocery store.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, we loved that place, and they would have piles and piles.
Oh my gosh, they had so
produce.
much.
It was fabulous.
So much, it was insane.
And the little old Amish ladies that help with the groceries, like you felt bad.
Yeah, they were bad. They were so cute though.
They're like 90 plus, and they're never afraid of hurricanes. But they're sweet, sweet ladies, and we would want to help them so they didn't have to bag for us because they were just so nice, but cute gals, so nice to talk to. Yeah. So, what was the name of that store?
No idea.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and find it and put it in the underneath part of the video. What's that called?
The description.
The under video.
The description.
Okay, so in the description. But, so going back to that grocery thing, you get all that stuff, you make your list. That's always important. And make sure you get a bite to eat before you go.
Oh, yeah.
Shopping hungry,
you're gonna
come home with a lot more stuff.
Every time I shop, and I'm always hungry, and I'm always like, oh crap, I gotta stop, I gotta eat something, and then I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Because then I end up with a lot of random things that
Yeah.
I did not need.
So one thing is, if you can somehow shop on a Monday in the morning, actually, that's when they usually put the markdown there. But if you work first thing in the morning, I don't know, you'd have to find out what time they put out the markdowns, because it could be after you go to work. But, so it's worth it. It's worth it if you're on a budget. Some people are not on a budget. If you're not on a budget, it's still nice to know that the fresh stuff is coming out in the week. Some places stock on Monday because of the sales, but then usually they make sure that they're stocked up on Friday too.
Yeah.
But whether or not those groceries are delivered on Friday or just put out on Friday, that you would have to ask your store.
Yeah.
But so let's go back to I want to go back to the organic part of it. Okay. So to us, we're like, duh, organic. But that is because we have been eating with a whole different mindset since you were a baby, and even before you were born.
Because a lot of people do believe that organic is just a trend and it's just something to make more money off of stuff. When in reality, it is really good for you to eat organic, because it's really, I mean, you don't know what you're getting if it's not organic. You don't know what they're spraying. You don't know what
The
pesticides.
chemicals.
You don't know thing about that. With organic, you do know. You
And
have to still be
organic
careful.
is meant to imply occurring in nature. Okay, so because you have a lot of times too, you have organically grown, you have synthetically grown, you have hot house grown. There's a lot of different, in a hot house too. I mean, I remember when I was going through college. I mean, this is way back in the 80s. So I'm 56. So
Love that
anyway,
clothing.
so going back in the 80s when I was in college, and the hot house thing was just getting going. Like if you went to, here's something that's so cool. So the very first time when I was in college that I went to Walt Disney World, to the Epcot Center, the Epcot Center had this whole huge display about how they were growing vegetables in vermiculite, which is like this kind of clay silt type stuff. It's not really soil.
What?
And that was this big experiment that they had there that you went into, and how they were growing. Now we call it hothouse grown, or we can call it all these different things. In a hothouse you would have
Heat?
a hothouse is a protected environment, but so not out in the general air. Not that you don't have oxygen in the hothouse, but not
have
the
hot
blow around
oxygen.
kind. You have the contained oxygen. But anyway, so this vermiculite was the biggest deal, and they were trying to find out what that was. Some of my experiments was to know, do you need to inject a little nitrogen in that soil? Do you have what kind of components off the elemental chart in chemistry? That thing that you had to memorize.
Do you see that I'm just nodding my head over here?
Anyway,
Not the science
But
part of
anyway,
the
so what I'm
family.
saying is that all this experimentation was going on with soil, and that was because the mindset in the 80s was, one, it followed on the heel of what I heard my whole childhood, is that you have to eat your bread because of the starving children in Africa. Like us eating the bread was going to help. And really, and I understand that because there was a lot of famine, there was a lot of things happening
there
in
was a lot of
Africa, and it
food.
was real. But do you know that you don't hear about that anymore? That's because the African countries do not accept our food in aid, because the chemicals
Are
and the way
making
they're
them sick.
produced are making their people
Well,
sick.
because they're not used to eating those chemicals, so we've grown up and we've slowly gotten adjusted to them. So like
No,
all of
we've
the
just gotten
no,
sicker.
I know, but we've slowly gotten adjusted to like
mentally eating them.
Shh. For a sec, Mom. Do you see this? This is how you know you working with your mom. Anyway, so you slowly have gotten adjusted to the symptoms and stuff. You've gotten to it, so you don't even notice it at a certain point. For them, they're eating it and they're noticing it pretty much immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
But for Americans, it takes quite a bit longer. Like, you'll hear about a lot of people going to Europe and different countries and stuff, and they're like, oh my gosh, like I feel so much better, and I can eat their food and stuff, and I mean, it's a huge difference. My friend from Korea, she can drink milk in Korea, but not in America.
Yeah, and there's
Which
so
is
many.
the craziest thing to me, but it would make sense with what we're putting in the food. That other people that haven't grown up with it, they're not used to it. So the symptoms that we are silently, attributing,
Absorbing.
they would see them a lot faster than us.
Well, and then, to kind of build off. So organic is, I think, the outcry of the population, not just in America. You're hearing this worldwide,
it's
but
everywhere.
especially like here in America, it's the outcry of wanting to
go back to
be
eating
feeling
food,
healthy. We
yeah.
want, but it's even beyond the food part. It's that everybody's getting sick, and the doctor's like, well, I think you should stop eating processed food. Well, okay, if you're processing food with chemicals, doesn't that make everything processed, even the vegetables that are fresh? I mean, the thing is, you could make a claim for that, but really with organic, you're using natural, the whole, now I'm not saying that there isn't some things that are a little wonky on the organic, because there's always
Well,
gonna
you
be
have
people,
to be careful with the organic too, because you don't know for sure. I mean, yes, they can.
well, you do. It's very highly regulated. We know that because we have USDA organic, and it is highly regulated. But
I wouldn't say the gluten.
but the FDA and the, okay, but here's another thing to say too. Do you know that on our foods, like, well, we know this, but I don't know if you know, that we have to say, we can't say nut free, even though we are nut free.
But we have coconut.
Coconut is not a nut. It's a vegetable. But in America, you have to label, because the FDA says so, you have to label that it's not, you can't label nut free if you have coconut, even though coconut isn't a nut. But in Canada and in Europe, I can say, I can say nut free, because,
which is fun, because then we have to label it differently in different countries.
But anyway, so you go worldwide and you hear the organic and it's this and that, and and it's like, what do you? There's so much knowledge out there.
Yeah.
How do you know what to?
Because there's so many things happening in the world with food, and especially in different people's opinions and different.
And it could be overwhelming.
Different views on food.
Okay, but it's not overwhelming to me. I take it as a challenge because it's my passion.
It's also because you're a scientist and you understand what's happening. People like me, you start going into the science part and I blanked out. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Like, whoosh, little flyover, but...
Yes, thank you for doing that on video. It makes me feel so much better. But yeah, Mom, it's okay. The technology goes over your head. I get that.
It does. Right over my head. But yeah, so much so that when I say, oh, I think I'll fix that, you're like, no.
No, I don't let her touch anything. She did something earlier today, dear Lord. And it was like, and I was like, you didn't copy it, did you? And you were like, no, it disappeared. And I'm like, that's why.
Okay, now, to
just
be fair.
For everyone else, if you were ever writing a very long post or something and you want to put it on Facebook or something and you're a little nervous about your Wi-Fi, put that in a Microsoft document or a Google document or something.
Okay, now
because that is common. When I make papers for college, I make several copies because I had one time where it went away and I learned my lesson after that. So the more you know.
I don't necessarily remember that I learned a lesson, not that I haven't. But here's the thing. So today, actually, that is something that I wanted to bring up. So, you know, we talk about our food breakthrough program. What I'm doing is I started out making it as a course, but the workbook was dependent upon the course. But I'm rewriting the workbook, not rewriting it, but revising it to be a standalone. And then the food breakthrough cookbook, we just finished. Oh my gosh, we had...
So good.
It's so good.
I literally have never been more happy in my life. You know, I'm a broke college
student.
But
we upgraded our recipes.
Every day I came over here and I just ate food.
Yeah, so we cooked everything, all of the recipes. Anna Mae and her roommate, Sue, they would just come over and eat every day because I had all this food. Yep. But the recipes are fabulous. That's a collaboration that I'm doing with John Stokes. And so the recipe book is coming, that's standalone. But so what I was doing today, to get back to this, and then we'll wrap it up for today. But to get back to it, so on Facebook we had Sad to 3G Free, which was the original name of what we've now changed to Food Breakthrough.
From people's opinions, it was a bit depressing.
Yeah, sad. Our marketing people said that sad was not a good word.
That was a no-go. So.
Even though it stood for Standard American Diet.
But it still had to go.
So it had to go, gone. So it changed to Food Breakthrough, and the tagline now is change your diet, change your life.
I came up with the tagline.
Yes, so cool. Yep. And so we're just waiting on the cover art. That is my phone calling me. I'm not going to answer it. So anyway, we're just waiting to get the cover art so that we can upload that. And our plans right now are to release on Amazon Print on Demand. Yeah. So that'll be up as soon as possible. But when I was doing the Facebook group, so I was changing it from SAD to 3G free to request to food breakthrough, and then I put the cover art, you know, the picture
you're
that we
writing
have,
your
not the
little
actual,
blog.
but the picture, and I was writing my description of it, and I was so proud of it. I had May read it, and I was like, and then I put down,
I should have told her to save it.
or whatever, and I think because I requested the page name change,
It went away.
it said that
So-
page is not available right now, and I was like, oh!
Basically, copy everything. Have copies of everything, no matter what.
Yes, that has
That
nothing
is
to
my
do with our
lesson.
plug.
That is nothing to do with organic foods or anything, but like I just feel like the people need to know that because
Yeah.
the amount of times you were like, it disappeared. Every time she says it disappeared, I'm like, what? Where did it go? What did you do? What did you click?
The mysterious cloud.
And then there's
Okay.
the fun thing if she like, exits out of something on like Safari or, Google Chrome. And she's like, what? I left and this is me. I can bring it back. She is so amazed by that.
So I can type and write, and then May has to do the rest.
Yes, I do.
We have a great partnership.
I don't let her touch anything else.
Great partnership. So back to the organic. Is it a trend? No, it's not. What it is it's a call for food to be healthier, and food to be, and they talk about sustainability and food chain.
Yeah,
So that you know where it came from,
Yeah.
where it's been grown and stuff, and we're all about that too. And so that's kind of our thing today. Yes, organic is worth it because even
And yes,
though
it is
they
a trend right now, but more specifically, eating healthy is a trend.
yeah, but
Which is
I think
good
and I
that
think
that's
that's part of
trending.
it too, because the thing is too. Here's the last thing that I want to say: if something is organic, labeled organic. It doesn't have to say non-GMO because everything that is
once
organic certified
It's automatically non-GMO.
cannot have GMOs in it because GMOs are
They're not
organic.
naturally occurring.
Yeah, they're not organic. What does that tell you? So if you eat foods that are supposed to be food, but they're, they don't say non-GMO and they're conventional, so they could be GMO. That means they're not considered
Organic.
organic. Okay, well, yeah, and they're not organic, but are they food? Or
Well,
are they
technically speaking,
synthetically grown? Or yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, and you went and looked at the apples. There were some ugly apples in the pile.
Now they're all pretty.
They're all pretty. They're all pretty.
Always
But if you
judging
go,
that.
you can pay a lot of money for heirloom tomatoes that are ugly, because that's the way they used to look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. Ugly fruit. Buy ugly fruit that says it's organic and
Buy ugly fruit.
yeah.
Don't buy the bad fruit. Just buy the good look.
Yeah, but the ones that look
Healthy
wonky,
food.
that look like they rested on a branch and they got a little dent in them. That's healthy.
That's
So, anyway, that's what we got for you today.
Yep.
But organic, is it worth it? Okay, I'm gonna say
We
we're
would
gonna
say
go.
yes.
Okay, thumbs up or thumbs down? 2 thumbs up.
worth it. It's worth it.
Organic is worth it.
And also, you can eat organic without going broke. You just have to eat carefully and buy specifically. Don't buy so much food that you're not going to eat it all. Something I have learned since I moved out, I now buy every couple days. Because when you buy organic food, it goes bad a lot faster because it's actually
Fresh,
fresh and it's good.
non-chemicalized.
Yeah, so there's no...
Cool. So
nothing
that's
to
it.
preserve
Okay, so here's our tips from today. Number 1, shop the sales bins if
Yeah.
you're on a budget. Mondays are great shopping days for that.
Or whatever day is at your local
Yeah,
grocery store.
check, but it typically is Monday.
Yeah.
But check. Okay, number 2, if it's wonky looking fruit and it's organic, that means it's really is organic. It's not genetically manipulated. So
Unless it's rotten.
yeah, don't buy the icky rotten fruit, but the weird looking misshapen usually means that it's more
Yeah.
like it used to be. And then number 3 that you were just saying, don't overbuy.
Yeah, do not overbuy. Make sure that you are buying specifically because
Waste-
buying is
waste is-
wasteful.
yeah.
It's a thing we do in America. And if you want to be sustainable, buy what you're gonna eat.
Yeah.
Not too much.
I know that people they talk about in Europe, oh, it's great, you go to the market every day. Okay, they don't really do that anymore. But in some places they do.
They do, yeah.
But the thing is, with our time schedule and even
It's
all
really
over
hard.
the world, it's harder. But if you're only buying a little bit and you know ahead of time what you're going to do, go with a list, go with a menu plan, and you get for that day or you get for 2 or 3 days, it's not that hard. It's a habit.
And even if you don't have enough time to buy the fresh fruit every day, freeze some of it
Yeah.
and make smoothies.
Yeah, and get some of the stuff you could prepare ahead of time and just reheat, but maybe the vegetables are what you pick up. Then the perishable
Vegetables
items
and
is
stuff,
what you
yeah.
pick up every couple days.
Yeah, just figure out based on what you
Vegetables
are
and
eating.
fruits.
Fruits, yeah.
Fruits, yeah. Those are perishables, so they're
Yeah.
good to pick them up more often.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, thumbs
Those are
up.
our tips, yeah.
Have a great
and then
day.
please like and subscribe down below.
Yes,
And have a great day.
Have a great day, and I'll have the link to that one Amish grocery store. If you find
If she
yourself
finds it.
in Sarasota, Bradenton, Palmetto kind of area, you got to go to that store. It's a great store. All right. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.